Hello, my name is John Duffield and thank you for watching this video. Today I'm introducing you to the Sales Run Rates template. This great digital tool can be used to analyze your sales and margins critically on a weekly or monthly basis. In this template exercise, we're going to use the weekly run rate template, which I feel is a much better tool to use to analyze your sales on a weekly basis. On a monthly basis, it tends to be getting away from you probably after 3 months of poor sales, but after 3 weeks of poor sales, you can very quickly see what's going wrong. In fact, you can see that on a weekly basis. So before we talk about the template here, we need to enter our data. And our data is entered on the tab called Data by Week. So if we look at the table here, we've got two tables. The first one is by month and the second table is cumulative. So the red area here is our budget, where we input our weekly sales for budget purposes and weekly profit for our budget purposes. So in this exercise I've put sales at 4846 and profit at 1938. In the yellow section here, this is what we're actually doing week by week. So we need to input this on a weekly basis. As you can see here, I've stopped at week 30. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we are up to week 30 in the year. The blue section is the actual sales and margins for last year. So if you've been in business for more than 12 months, you should have sales. And there are some explanations here on how to use the template. Also, you will get a PDF when you purchase this product. Okay, let's go back to the main area of the template here. So here you can see, first up, we've got the current week. So once the week changes, you need to change the week in this drop-down box. Remember to do this because it affects this calculation here. So the current run rate looks at what are our sales and gross profit based on so far in the 30 weeks. So we're averaging, if you like, $4,264,000 worth of sales and $1,399 in gross profit. You'll see here also in every cell there is a comment to explain what content is in this particular cell. The required run rate is a calculation that looks at your budget and the difference between your budget and actual and what you need to do for the remaining 22 weeks of the year to catch up and make budget. So the required run rate now is 5,640 sales and 2,674 for gross margin. And here's the GP percentages down here. Also the required, the run rate for last year. So the only saving grace here is that we're actually ahead of last year. The year-to-date comparison is here, and this is where we enter our data. So the 4 yellow tabs here, in fact the 5 including the current week one here, the 4 here is where we actually enter data. So if you look here under sales for year to date, we're looking at budget, and as you see from the comment, it says select from the current week in table 2, column 1. So that's where we need to take the data from. So if we go to data by week, so let's move down here to table 2. Table 2, column 1, and the current week, of course, is week 30, 145380. This whole area here is actually protected. You don't need to make any changes here. This will automatically be updated when you complete your weeks here. So this is just a cumulative formula that adds all these up. So for week 30, it is 145380, which is what we see here. And we need to enter gross profit. Again, that is table 2, column 2, current week. So table 2, column 2, current week is week 30, 58140, which was what we put in. And sales for last year is table 2, column 5, table 2, column 5, look up week 30, 94962, which is what that is. And gross profit, gross profit is table 2, column 6, so table 2, column 6, current week is 26881, which is what I just said we had. Okay, so now we've got the data entry in, and now we can see the comparisons. Okay, we can see we spoke about this in terms of what we need to do to per week now for the remaining 22 weeks to catch up and make budget. This is a position after 30 weeks year to date. So our budget year to date is 145,380. We've actually done 127,000. So we're 88% of budget and 72% of gross margin. Last year, we can see here from the comparison, we are 35% up on last year for sales and 58% or 56% up on gross margin. Last year, the gross margin was 28%. This year, it's 33%. And this is an interesting area here where our budget for the year, based on our calculations and all the inputs that we've done, our budget for the year is 251,992. And at this rate that we're currently doing, we would only do 221,702, which is 88% of budget. So there, straight away, there's a snapshot where you'll probably end up if you continue at the current rate, and the same for gross profit. Periods remaining 22. So as you can see here, this is a very good tool, very good snapshot for you to use. And again, when you purchase this product, you'll receive a README file with further information. And also, if I can quickly upsell, the Business Growth Matrix is a brilliant tool that you can use with this to see and forecast and do some what-if scenarios for your sales and other areas of your business to incrementally improve. So this might help you. So if you are well behind in terms of this number, purchase the Business Growth Matrix. This might help you understand and focus to bring this number back.